So we just wrapped up week 2 of the NFL, and I'm going to jump right into my post Monday Night Football power rankings. 32 dropping one spot. I got the Panthers. I mean, it's been a struggle. Same with the Texans at 31. They haven't been doing too well. And then dropping even farther, even though there's not much farther that they can drop, 30. The Bears look like trash. And I had a lot of faith in the Bears, but they've dropped 2 easy games that they should have won. At 29, I have the Giants. Yes, they came back against the Cardinals, but it's like, don't let that distract you from them losing 40-0 at home, even if it was against the Cowboys. 28, I have the Patriots. It's weird. It's weird to see Bill Belichick's team go 0-2. Never seen it. Cardinals at 27. I had them going up a little bit, but that's only because, I mean, there's nowhere they could go. They can't go up. They can't go down. They're the mediocre worst of the worst in the NFL. But I don't see them worse as any of the other teams I already listed. All right, 26, I have the Steelers. I have them going up from last week's performance where they got absolutely demolished by the 49ers. But I only have them going up a little bit because that offense stinks. They got a lot to work on. Their defense can't bail them out every single game because hopefully, knock on wood, if TJ Watt goes down with the same injury he did last season where he misses a significant amount of games, Steelers are going to fall apart. All right, 25, I have the Colts going up. I mean, hey, they blew a lead against the Jaguars, came right back, beat a division opponent in the Texans. 24, I have the Broncos. That was such a stupid game against Washington. Vikings at 23, they dropped another game that they should have, well, they shouldn't have beat the Eagles, but they should have beat the Bucks. And the score of how Kirk Cousins and his stats, like, that's not what told the whole story. The Vikings were getting blown out early in the third. Raiders at 22. I would have had them higher, but in the fashion that they lost to the Bills, it kind of erases their win against the Broncos. All right, 21, Chargers. Dude, I don't even know what to say other than they're just so disappointing. But again, they decided not to fire Brandon Staley, so they brought this upon themselves. Next, Saints at 20. I would have had them higher, but they get a tough win against the Titans close at home, and then 0 flashy plays or offensive production against the Panthers. Mediocre team. 19, Packers. I had them dropping just because of how they performed against Atlanta. This is a game they were favored in, and so they should have won this one. They let Atlanta hang around too much and ended up losing. Jets at 18. I mean, no star QB. Zach Wilson looks lost and confused. They lose to Dallas. Bengals 0-2. Joe Burrow needs to figure it out. I don't know what else to say. 16, I put the Browns. Sadly, no complimentary towel with this massage as they lose to the Steelers. And they also lose Nick Chubb, which is a bitch. All right, 15, I put the Seahawks. And the reason why I have them going up after losing an embarrassing game they were favored against the Rams, they shocked the Lions in Detroit, and a lot of people have a lot of hype on the Lions. 14, Titans, middle of the pack. I think it showed a stat where Mike Vrabel, as the underdog, has 38 wins in the NFL. That's scary. All right, 13, Commanders. I mean, they're 2-0. They got lucky against that Broncos win. They'd be 1-1 right now. Falcons at 12. It shocks me that 3 of the 4 NFC South teams that everybody wrote off, this division is going to be the worst of the worst. I even said it. They're 2-0. 11 is Bucks. I think head-to-head Falcons versus Buccaneers. I'm taking the Buccaneers, but Baker Mayfield, he's had some pretty impressive. I'm saying the Vikings one is a little bit more impressive because of how awful the Bears are. But a win is still a win. He's 2-0, which nobody expected. Number 10, I have the Rams. I have them dropping a little bit just because of their loss to the 49ers. Number 9, the Bills. The Bills earned a little bit of their reputation back after absolutely handling the Raiders. Let's just see how they fare out the next 2-3 weeks. The Jaguars at number 8. This is a game that had everybody talking like, oh, we're going to have a great showdown between 2 great quarterbacks. And then it turned into an absolute dud. So I have them dropping, but not too much because they lost to the Chiefs. Chiefs are still arguably top 3, top 5 team in the NFL. Lions at 7. I have them dropping a little bit, but that's only because of the fashion of how they lost. Number 6, the Ravens. They keep on winning. They beat the Bengals, which nobody expected, so I have them moving up. Chiefs at 5. I mean, they regather themselves after having Kelsey back and Chris Jones, but a sloppy win. Cowboys at 4. I mean, there was a stat where it said they've outscored teams in New York 70-10 in the first 2 weeks. I got news for you Cowboys fans, though. You ain't going nowhere. Like, 2 games to say Super Bowl between Miami, shout out to Pat McAfee. It's not happening. I got some brutal news for you. All right, number 3, Eagles. They were really good against the Vikings, but then their defense let them back in the game. They've got a lot of questions to still figure out. Number 2, I have the Miami Dolphins. Just right now, Tua, early candidacy for the MVP. Somehow him and McDaniels, they're figuring it out. I'm interested to see how that matchup between the Miami Dolphins and Buffalo Bills are going to go. And then number 1, 49ers, no shocker here. They handle business against the Rams. Even though they let them hang around a little bit, they're still the team to beat right now in the NFL. I wanted to do a new segment too. I did this a little bit last year. An overreaction after 1 week would be, okay, if the playoffs started today, this is how it would go. If the playoffs started today, this is who I have in the Super Bowl. And it's funny because, you know, how well the Cowboys have played. It's like, of course they'd get to the NFC Championship. No. Not on my watch. They would find a way to lose to Baker Mayfield at home. Guaranteed. Because I was there. Even though this is a hypothetical, if the Super Bowl was this weekend and we got to play playoffs, I was there in 2017 when Aaron Rodgers went into Jerry World. They weren't favored. Perfect pass on the sideline, set up a game-winning field goal. Cowboys drop out. Packers move on. We go get our ass kicked in Atlanta, but we still won. I would have the 49ers against the Dolphins in the Super Bowl. And the more complete team, I would have them lifting the Lombardi Trophy once it's all said and done. Thanks for watching the video. I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.